Glad to have you with us on a Monday night. Um, we are at it again on a Monday. That's what we do. And thank you for tuning in. Please click share there on Facebook so your friends may like to have an alternative to Monday Night Football. And on YouTube, if you'd like to subscribe or tell your friends that we're there on YouTube, anyone is welcome to tune in. And in some cases, however you do it, make a request or two, and we'll do a bit of a little random live program here on Monday night, which is what we usually do. I'm going to start with a song that I wrote with my friend Mike Davis, who now lives in Spartanburg, South Carolina. At that time, we were both in Charleston, and we wrote a song called Homegrown Love. Sing this song for my own wife. There she is right there. There is a love, special kind, so many are searching for, so few will ever find. It's warm and friendly, it's tried and true. It's a lifelong love made just for me and you. Homegrown love, the natural kind. It's pure and sweet like fruit still on the vine. Homegrown love, it's a tie that binds. Homegrown love, like yours and mine. You can't find it on a bar stool in a smoke-filled room, or in a one-night stand or a midnight rendezvous. Takes a lot of sunshine, takes a lot of rain. Once you taste homegrown love, the heart will never be the same. Homegrown love, the natural kind. It's sweet and pure like the fruit still on the vine. Homegrown love, it's a tie that binds. Homegrown love, like yours and mine. You and I, we like simple things, like a silver summer moon and a golden wedding ring, like the sound of laughter and a baby's smile, knowing we got the kind of love that makes this a life worthwhile. Homegrown love, the natural kind. It's sweet and pure like the fruit still on the vine. Homegrown love, it's a tie that binds. Homegrown love, like yours and mine. Homegrown love, like yours and mine. Homegrown love. Wrote that song with my friend Mike Davis. It says you can't find it on a bar stool. That tells you how long ago I wrote that song. How many years has it been since all the places that we played were filled with cigarette smoke? And thank goodness they're not now filled with cigarette smoke. But that's been a while, hasn't it? I wonder how long that's been. Who knows? Of course, I also remember when they banned smoking in bars in Ireland. And I never went to a place in my whole life where every place was filled with cigarette smokers like Ireland at that time. All of a sudden, it was banned, and all the people had to go outside and smoke or leave or something. And then COVID came along, and they moved all the tables and chairs into the street so that they could have social distancing. And a lot of the streets became pedestrianized because the tables and chairs were out in the street. And and today, many of them are still pedestrianized because Dubliners, especially, and city folk, don't want to go back inside because they can't smoke. Oh Lord, how the cookie does crumble. Anyway, I went last night to a wonderful house concert in Florence, South Carolina, hosted by Johnny Tanner and Sharon Tanner, and their artist was a beautiful young lady, did a great job. Melanie was her name, Melanie McMillan, and she did a great job. And I had had a long week already, and so I have a CD that is stuck in my truck, and I can't get it out. And it's some old mixes on an album called Already Home, and it doesn't even have all of the songs on there. But I said, well, I'm going to keep myself awake. I'll turn on that CD, which I almost never do listen to music when I'm driving, because for me to listen to music when I'm driving is too distracting. It's almost like anyway. But I hadn't listened to that album in a couple of years maybe, and this is the title song, Already Home. Thank you, Greg Knott, for taking the cover photo. I wrote the song leaving Savannah, Georgia, 2018. 7 o'clock in the morning, I was getting on the road, heading home after 7 nights at Kevin Barry's pub. The clock tower started ringing, and I started writing this song. Clock tower in the old town, sounding 7 bells, when I finally got my old truck on the road. An earworm was repeating in my weary brain, traveling hard and carrying a load. 13 hours staring through a mud-stained windshield on a crowded highway all alone. Just like yesterday, just like the day before, sometime late tomorrow I'll be home. Home, already home. Seemed like a month of Sundays I've been gone. Crossing the Mississippi, rolling down through Tennessee, but in my heart I'm already home. Looking over my shoulder, it's mighty hard to see how I survived these miles and years away. But the prayers of my good mother and the wife I love so much, the only reason I'm alive today. Home, already home. Seemed like a month of Sundays I've been gone. Crossing the Mississippi, rolling down through Tennessee, but in my heart I'm already home. Dry shave in the mirror beneath the truck stop moon, clean shirt, Walmart roses. Honey, I'll be home soon. God willing, one day I can lay this hammer down and unpack this old suitcase one last time. And I'll work this sandy soil my father gave to me. This old highway won't even cross my mind. Home, already home. Seemed like a month of Sundays I've been gone. Crossing the Mississippi, rolling down through Tennessee, but in my heart I'm already home. Crossing the Mississippi, rolling down through Tennessee, but in my heart I'm already home. That's a real one right there for me, boys and girls. Sometimes you make them up and they're not real, but that one is. Got a request here already. I'll do one for you. The other thing I did, that was Sunday night that I went to Florence for the house concert. But Friday night I went to New Bern, North Carolina, for a concert by my friends, the Folk Legacy Trio, and they're the group that we're going to Ireland with next month. And they are the quintessential, absolutely stellar example of a folk music, American traditional singer-songwriter folk music trio. And they did a great job. They did songs like Tom Dooley and songs like Lemon Tree, very pretty. Songs like the Beatles, I Will, Who Knows How Long I Loved You. Remember that? And little Carroll King and James Taylor. Anyway, I'm going to do a couple of songs from their set list just because it was that good. Just because it was that good. I think they opened the night with this one. Gordon Lightfoot song. The Folk Legacy Trio are former members. George Grove was with the Kingston Trio for 41 years. Rick Doherty was with the Limelighters and the Kingston Trio for 20-some years. And so those old folk groups have changed, and these two guys started their own group, and so they're free to do not only the Kingston Trio and the Limelighters numbers, but anything and everything else, and be a good example across the board for American folk music as we know it from the 60s and 70s, mostly 60s. They started the set with this one. Peter, Paul, and Mary had the big hit. Gordon Lightfoot wrote it. In the early morning rain, the dollar in my hand, and aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand. I'm a long, long way from home, and I miss my loved one so. In the early morning rain, with no place to go, out on runway number 9, big 707 set to roll. I'm stuck here on the ground where the pavement never grows. Now the whiskey tasted good and the women all were fast. There she goes, my friend, she'll be rolling down at last. Hear the mighty engine roar, see the silver bird on high. She's away and westward bound, high above the clouds she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall and the sun always shines. She's flying over my home in about 3 hours' time. This old airport's got me down. It's no earthly good to me. I'm stuck here on the ground, cold and drunk as I might be. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train. So I'll be on my way in the early morning. I'll be on my way in the early morning rain. Early Morning Rain, what a great song. That's the one that started Gordon Lightfoot out as a songwriter. Of course, he went on to be an absolutely stellar writer, and we lost him a year or two ago in the middle of the pandemic, probably not due to the pandemic, but I did a whole program, and it's probably out there somewhere, and it might be on YouTube, but I don't remember. It's on. Yeah, it's on YouTube, but it's been deleted already from Facebook. But you can go back and see a program I did in tribute to him. It was 23 Gordon Lightfoot songs. Had a couple of requests already here tonight. For Irish tunes, we'll do a couple of them here. who called me today, Cherry, while I was on the highway?
Who?
Ann Walker in
Oh, cool.
in Sumter. She said she has some friends that are going to Ireland in a couple of weeks, and they're going to County Sligo, and she asked me, did I know where all the pubs were? And I said, well, usually we just stop at Sligo to go to the bathroom, but I do know where some pubs are in County Sligo, and we have been there many times to County Sligo, and that's where William Butler Yeats is buried, and he wrote the lyric to this song. Down by Sally Gardens, my love and I did meet. She passed Sally Gardens on little snow white feet. She bid me take love easy as the leaves grow on the trees. I was young and foolish, and with her would not agree. In a field down by the river, my love and I did stand, and on my healing shoulder she placed a snow white hand. She bid me take love easy as the leaves grow on the trees. I was young and foolish, and with her would not agree. Down by Sally Gardens, my love and I did meet. She passed Sally Gardens on little snow white feet. She bid me take love easy as the leaves grow on the trees. I was young and foolish, and with her would not agree. I was young and foolish, and with her would not agree. Sally Gardens. I will be doing some of the Irish songs this coming Sunday night in Augusta, Georgia. They're having a big gathering there to celebrate the Catholic Church and to honor some of the priests. And it's a gathering that I do once a year, and many of the priests, of course, are Irish, and so I will be doing some of the Irish tunes, but also a lot of other music. And it is kind of open to the public, and I didn't realize it was, and so I haven't been plugging it. But I know that they're serving a beautiful, lavish buffet dinner, and our friend Jeff Ryan can put you in touch with how to get some tickets. So get with me, and I will get with him. And if you want to, there are a few tickets left. There'll be 350 or 400 people there Sunday night, September 28th. Get with me, and I'll let you know. I have several other requests for the Irish tunes. Let's do it. This is one actually often done in the Irish pubs, and I did it not long ago here, maybe last week. I haven't gone back and listened to that program yet, but it's a song called "The Streets of London," and I'm doing this for Joe. Thank you, Joe, for the request. This was written by a man named Ralph McTell, and it's a song that makes us say, you know, we go through difficult times, but it doesn't take but a few minutes to look around and find someone else who their situation will make you feel grateful that your situation is not worse. than it is. So let's be grateful in these crazy, crazy troubled times. Let's look around and find reasons to be grateful. Cheers. The song is called "The Streets of London." Have you seen the old man in the closed down market, kicking up papers with his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, and held loosely by his side are yesterday's papers telling yesterday's news. Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of London, dirt in her hair and her clothes in rags? She's no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home in 2 carrier bags. So how can you tell me you're lonely and say from you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and I'll lead you through the streets of London, and I'll show you something to make you change your mind. At the all-night cafe at 11:15, the same old man sitting there on his own, staring at the world over the rim of his teacup. Each tea lasts an hour, and he wanders home alone. So how can you tell me you're lonely and say from you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and I'll lead you through the streets of London, and I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old man outside the Seaman's Mission? His memory fading like the ribbons that he wears. And in this winter city, the rain cries a little pity on one more forgotten hero in a world that doesn't care. So how can you tell me you're lonely? Say you the sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and I'll lead you through the streets of London, and I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Streets of London. Ralph McTell, great songwriter. And I do one or two of his other songs. I may do one later. Great song. A couple other requests here. Good. We'd like to welcome our friends. Rick McGibbon is tuned in. I'll do a couple of his songs, song requests. Thank you, Joe, for the Streets of London request. Also, Kathy Brown from Colorado. In 2 weeks plus, we'll be meeting somewhere, either in Charlotte or in Dublin. They're going to Ireland with us on this next tour. We're going over with the Folk Legacy Trio. We fly out October the 3rd, I think. I get the dates all mixed up. I don't know, but I have it right in my ticket. And we'd also like to welcome Carolina Elliott, with our friend Robert Hutto. We'll have to do a Robert Hutto song for you. What do you say? Why wouldn't we? We'll do a Robert Hutto song here in a moment. First, here's a song request from Rick McGibbon. And thanks, guys, for tuning in. We won't go too long tonight. I've had a weird and long week, a lot of travel, a lot of hours on the road, a lot of dealing with angry drivers, and I happen to be one of them. Anyway, this is a song. It's an old, I thought it was old, like 200 years old or 100 years old. It's a song called Fiddler's Green. It's a song about the ocean-going culture, and in that maritime culture, Fiddler's Green is a mythical heaven place where fishermen go when they die, and I thought it was an old song, but come to find out, it was written by a guy in northeast England in the 1960s. So it's not as old as I thought it was, but I'm trying to think of his name. John Connolly is his name. Anyway, he wrote this song in the 1960s. It's called Fiddler's Green. As I walked by the dockside one evening so fair, view the salt water, take the sea air, heard an old fisherman singing a song. Won't you take me away, boys? Me time is not long. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Tell me old shipmates I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Now Fiddler's Green is a place I've heard tell, where fishermen go if they don't go to hell, where the skies are all clear and the dolphin do play, and the cold coast of Greenland is far, far away. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Tell me old shipmates I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Where the weather's always fair and there's never a gale, and the fish jump on board with one swish of their tail, and you lie at your leisure, there's no work to do, and Tommy Condon is below making hay for the crew. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Tell me old shipmates I'm taking a trip, mates, I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Get on the dock and the long trip is through. There's pubs and there's clubs, there's lassies there too, where the girls are all pretty and the beer it is, where the beer is all pretty and the girls are all free, and there's bottles of rum growing from every tree. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Tell me old shipmates I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Now I don't need a harp or a halo, not me. Give me a breeze and a good rolling sea, and I'll play me old squeeze box as we sail along, with the wind and the rigging to sing me a song. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Tell me old shipmates I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Fiddler's Green. Oh, when I play that song in the Irish pubs, you know what I followed it with? Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Remember that old maritime song out of the Canadian Maritimes, actually Newfoundland, I guess it was. Ron Hines wrote that. I often do that. Not doing it tonight because we got too many sad songs on the set list. Who we got there, Terry? What did you just bring me? All right, guys, I already have more songs. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Well, I asked her, was that a request or a memory, but she hadn't answered. Because she just said, on my butt.
Oh, yeah.
That's all she said.
There you go. It's a novelty song written by my friend Chet Williamson. I'll do it for you later. Terry, thank you for that request. And Marcy Shore is tuned in. Sorry, Marcy, I couldn't do that gig the other day. When was that, Cherry? That was
Last night.
that was Saturday.
Yeah.
That was Saturday, wasn't it? Yeah, I couldn't do that gig in Charlotte. I just didn't have the juice to do it, and apparently neither did Marcy. So there you go. Anyway, I'll do that song for you, Marcy. First, one more song for Rick, and we will do Kathy Brown's request, and we will also do the Robert Hutto song, and why wouldn't we, for Carolina?
Love will come to you.
Huh?
Love will come to you.
Either Love Will Come to You or Never Touch the Sun.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
I recorded one of Robert's songs called Love Will Come to You on my Already Home CD, and so it's there if you want to go hear my version. But you can find Robert Hutto's version on an album called Shadows, and it's online in Spotify or wherever you go find songs. It's there. Love Will Come to You, one of Robert's best songs. First, let's do this one. What do you say? This is a song called Dublin in the Rare Old Times, written by Pete St. John, Dublin City man. He had moved away to Canada and then to the U.S., and he moved back home to Dublin, his hometown, and he discovered his hometown was being turned into a big city. And it's a wonderful song, wonderful lyric. Pete St. John is his name. The name of the song is Dublin in the Rare Old Times. Sláinte, sláinte. Raised on songs and stories, heroes of renown, passing days and glories. Once was Dublin town, hallowed halls and houses, haunting children's rhymes, all a part of Dublin in the rare old time. Ring a rosy as a light declines, I remember Dublin City in the rare old time. My name is Tishon Dempsey, Dublin as can be, born hard and late in Pimlico, in a house that ceased to be. By trade, I was a cooper, most up to redundancy, like my house that fell to progress, my trade to memory. And I courted Peggy Dykenham, pretty as you please, a rogue and a child of Mary's, for the rebel liberties. But I lost her to a student chap with skin as black as coal. When you took her off to Birmingham, she took my very soul. Ring a rosy as a light declines, I remember Dublin City in the rare old time. have made me bitter. The drink has dimmed my brain, and Dublin keeps on changing, and nothing seems the same. The metropole and the pillar are gone, and the Royal long since pulled down. As a gray, unyielding concrete makes a city of my town. Fare thee well, sweet Anna Liffey. I could no longer stay and watch the new glass cages as they rise up along the quay. My mind's too full of memories, too old to ring new chimes. I'm a part of what was Dublin in the rare old time. Ring a ring rosy as the light declines. I remember Dublin City in the rare old Dublin in the Rare Old Times. What a great song, so well crafted. His name is Pete St. John, the guy who wrote the song. That's his stage name, actually. But let's see, we'll do something a little bit more lively than that. What do you say? We'll just do that novelty song requested by Terry. Thank you, Terry. I don't know where you heard this song. It could have been Billy Copel. I don't know.
She
Huh?
used to listen to you at the Mills house.
The Mills House. Okay.
Yeah. Her last name is Korenki.
Yeah. At the Mills House then. I sang it there, of course. Sang it all over Charleston back in the day. And I sang this song the last night we were with my buddy David Ruder too, but that's another story. My friend Chet Williamson in Columbia, South Carolina, wrote this song. It's just a novelty song. And I tell this long yarn about my first wife and all that business. It's just a bunch of crapola. But I'll just sing the song. It's called On My Butt. And it's just a beautiful love song. It's just a beautiful love song. On my butt, there's a picture of a lady. I put her there to get her off my mind. From the start, our love was tainted, so I had her picture painted on my butt. I left the girl I left behind. Well, it's been several years since she left me, but the image of her follows right behind. And I know that picture won't grow old and faded, 'cause I keep that picture where the sun don't shine. On my butt, there's a picture of a lady. I put her there, get her off my mind. From the start, our love was tainted, so I had her picture painted on my butt. I left the girl I left behind. Now I know this is a terribly socially insensitive song, and in a world of political incorrectness, this song has no place. But of course it is a country and western song, and back in the day, country and western music was the last bastion of political incorrectness. Unless, of course, you're the Dixie Chicks and you like to wrap up your career a little early. But I digress. Now here's the last verse. Here's the touching part. Well, now I don't mean... Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Well, I don't mean that I miss our times together. But when I think of things the way they were, I still look over my shoulder in the mirror. And there's a part of me that looks a lot like her. On my butt, there's a picture of a lady. I put her there, get her off my mind. From the start, our love was tainted, so I had her picture planted on my butt. I left the girl I left behind. Just another beautiful love song for my first wife. God bless her wherever she is tonight with my hip boots and my duck call and my station wagon and my Calvin Gilmore tickets. Oh Lord, I'm so full of crap. You know, I learned how to do that stupidness. I call it the full of shitness. I learned how to do that at the Mills House Hotel. You know, previously I'd been playing in restaurants and outdoor gigs and playing background music and all of that. But the best friend bar at the Mills House, downtown in Charleston, was an intimate little room, and so you had to interface and talk with people. And so I could introduce the songs and tell stories and do that kind of thing. And that's where I learned how to do what I now do. Later, that transferred itself into Irish pubs and all of that, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing, you know. Anyway, that having been said, where were we on the hit parade here, Mom? I'm getting behind. Kathy Brown wants to hear Red as a Rose.
Palafa Joe wants to know any Skip Sullen's favorites.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Joe, how do you know Skip? Joe's going to have to tell me how he knows Skip. If he knows Skip, he might know... if he knows Skip, he might know... what was his name? That end up in Nashville, and I used to play his song. Anyway, oh my Lord, it's all not coming back to me. I'm going to do for my friend Kathy Brown. She's in Kathy and Rich are in Colorado, and I shall do a song called "Red Is the Rose." It's a beautiful song from Tommy Macomb and the Clancy Brothers. How we doing, Mom? Doing all right over there? I'm not going to do too many more songs, guys. My bones are weary. I had to drive to Charleston this morning for a meeting, came all the way back. I only got about 40 minutes of sleep, and boom, I'm back at it again. And here we go. Anyway, cheers, friends. Cheers. Slunch 'em. I play at the nursing home tomorrow night. I have to go tomorrow and get the currency exchanged for our trip to Northern Ireland. You know, in Ireland, you have if you're going to Ireland, they're in the EU, and so you get U.S. dollars exchanged for euros. But if you're going to Northern Ireland or Scotland or the UK, you have to exchange your dollars for pound sterling. And the exchange rate is even worse. Of course, it changes from day to day, but no matter what, you're screwed on the exchange rate. Anyway, but be sure you do, if you're doing that, you do the exchange rate somewhere where they don't give you a bad exchange rate and also a high fee. So I always go to my bank or go to AAA, and don't wait till you go over to do the currency exchange. I do it here and take it with me, you know. Anyway, here's a song called "Red as a Rose." Thank you, Kathy. Come over the hills, bonny Irish lass. Come over the hills to your darling. Choose the road, love, and I'll take the vow, and I'll be your true love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows, fair as a lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the point. My love is fairer Killarney's green woods that we stray, and the moon and stars shining, and the moon shone its rays on her locks of golden hair, and she swore she'd be my love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows, fair as a lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the point. But my love is fairer than any. not for the person that my sister keeps. 'Tis not for the grief my mother. 'Tis all for the loss of my bonny Irish lass, that my heart is breaking forever. And red is the rose that in yonder garden grows, fair as the lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the point, and my love is fairer than any. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Of course, that's the same melody as the famous Scottish song Loch Lomond, Ye take the high road and I'll take the low road. Tommy Macomb, his mother, Sarah Macomb, was a collector of extraordinary number of great old unknown songs, and people would go find her. People like Pete Seeger and others would go find her and say, please play something for me that I've never heard before. She knew all of these songs. They say from the time she got up in the morning to the time she went to bed at night, she'd be humming or singing some song. And she knew the lyrics and the melodies. And what a treasure for her son, Tommy Macomb, who recorded that song and learned it from her. My friend Marcy Shore is in North Carolina. I reckon she's still there. We talked 2 or 3 days ago on Saturday. And we almost did a gig in Charlotte, but we didn't. She has requested another Irish song, a very old traditional Irish song that goes back to the Civil War, the U.S. Civil War era, about an Irishman who was here in this country. You know, the Great Hunger in Ireland was the 1840s and 1850s, and 1 million people came over from Ireland to America. 1 million people came during that time. They came under dire circumstances, and they came and lined up at Ellis Island and signed up and became Americans. And that's why it was, 40% of all the Irish people in the world live outside of Ireland today. But anyway, this is a great song that remembers a young fella at the end of the war between the states who was stuck down south and trying to get home. Thank you, Marcy, for the request. Cheers. 1 or 2 more songs. Carolina, I'm still going to do that Robert Hood song. This is an Irish song called The Lakes of Pontchartrain. 'Twas on one fine March morning I bid New Orleans adieu. I rode the rods toward Jacksontown, my fortune to renew. I cursed all foreign money, no credit could I gain, till I chanced to meet a fine Creole girl on the lakes of Pontchartrain. I said, my pretty Creole girl, my money here is no good, and if it weren't for the alligator, I'd sleep out in the wood. She said, you're welcome here, kind stranger. Our house is very plain, but we never turn a stranger out on the lakes of Pontchartrain. She took me to her mama's house, and she treated me right well. And the hair upon her shoulders in jet black ringlets fell. To try to paint her beauty, I'm sure would be in vain. How handsome was my Creole girl on the lakes of Pontchartrain. I asked her if she would marry me, and she said that ne'er would be. For she had got a lover, and he out far at sea. And she said she would wait for him, and true she would remain till he returned for his Creole girl on the lakes of Pontchartrain. So fare thee well, a Creole girl, I never may see you more. But I'll not forget your kindness at the cottage by the shore. And at each social gathering, a flowing glass I will drain, and I'll drink a health to my Creole girl on the lakes of Pontchartrain. The Lakes of Pontchartrain, what a great song. If you want to hear a better version of that than I will ever do, go hear Paul Brady do it. He was 17. He was 17 years old, stepped onto some stage in Ireland and some of these TV shows or something, and he played the Lakes of Pontchartrain like it should be played. Holy moly. Look up Paul Brady doing the Lakes of Pontchartrain, a super duper talent out of Ireland. I'm going to do one or two more songs here. My great friend Robert Hutto is originally from Holly Hills, South Carolina, and he went through a whole series of traumatic things in his youthful days, and he played music for a living all over, including and especially Charleston, but all over Key West, Florida, and all over the Gulf Coast, Florida, and down to Mexico, and round and around, playing gigs for the people who owned music listening rooms all over the American South. And Robert and I have been great friends a long, long time. And we got together and did an album called Shadows, and that was his first ever album released. And back in those days, of course, you released things on cassette or something. but it's out now on CD here and there. But it's online if you want to pick it up. The name of the album is Shadows. But more recently, Robert had some health issues, and he's now stuck in one place in Florida. I went to see him not long ago when I was in Florida. And this song reminds me of when I saw him, where he was stuck in one place, and he can't do this and he can't do that. And he doesn't perform anymore, and he can't remember his songs because he had a brain event. Anyway, my great friend Robert Hutto wrote this song. I think he wrote it down in Key West, and I actually don't know the answer to that. But it kind of says who my friend Robert is now. The name of the song is I Never Touched the Sun. Sláinte. We did release, when I realized Robert was stuck in one place and didn't have income at all, and his family was helping keeping him afloat. But I went back and found some old recordings that we had done at Port St. Joe in on the Gulf Shore in Florida, and I put them onto his. My wife and I sprung for the dough to put it onto a CD. And so, if you want a copy of a Robert Hutto live recording, including this song, if you get in touch with me, I'll send you one, and we'll send him the do re. You know what I'm saying? I've been here since yesterday. Barely left my room. I suppose I'll still be here tomorrow afternoon. I lay back on my bed and I think of all the things I've done. But I've never touched the sun. I read the Holy Bible. I've seen the Holy Grail. I've done some time in Mexico, and I've spent the night in jail. It's times like these we sit alone and think of all the things we've done, but we've never touched the sun. Hey, up there in heaven, we need a bit more time. Having so much fun down here, I guess you slipped our mind. Now it's time to do what must be done. It's time to touch the sun. I've been around some people. I've met all different types. I played music through bells and blenders, and I played through several fights. I played for politicians, and I prayed that we can be one in time to touch the sun. Hey, up there in heaven, we need a bit more time. Having so much fun down here, I guess you slipped our mind. But I won't let you down. This is one race I shall run in time to touch the sun. Hey, up there in heaven, we need a bit more time. We're having so much fun down here, I guess you slipped our mind. But I won't let you down. This is one race I shall run in time to touch the sun. My friend Robert Hutto, an extraordinarily gifted songwriter, no matter how you slice it. He's now wasting away in Floridaville. I went to see him not long ago, and I'll go see him again here. I'll be back down in Florida in December. I'm not sure I'll go see him then because I'm with the tour. But anyway, say a prayer for my good friend Robert Hutto. Wasting away in Floridaville. Slaunch you, friends, slaunch you. I shall do one more song here by request, and this is for Roxanne and Charles. Roxanne and Charles. Out of the clear blue sky, why wouldn't we do an old country and western Waylon Jennings or Willie Nelson song? Slaunch it.
You gonna do my request at the end? You gonna do my request?
I will do your request at the end. My wife never requests anything. As she told me today, this afternoon, she has an earworm that she wants me to sing to get rid of the earworm.
No,
Either way, I'm going to sing
yeah.
it. You know, this is a song. Waylon Jennings, Waylon and Willie did this song. Uh, what was his name? And his wife wrote it. His wife wrote it, really. And it wasn't either one of them. It was, yeah, my brain's not good. Look up, Google who wrote Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. It was his wife that wrote it. And I did a couple of his songs on some, we recorded some of his songs in Nashville, the songwriter. Cowboys ain't easy to, let's start here. Cowboys ain't easy to love, harder to hold. They'd rather sing you a song, diamonds or gold. Lone Star belt buckles on old faded Levi's, and each night begins a new day. Don't understand him, he might just walk away. Sing it with me. Oh, mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Cowboys like smoky old pool rooms and clear mountain mornings. Little warm puppies and children, and girls of the night. Them that don't know him won't like him, and them sometimes won't know how to take him. He ain't wrong, he's just different, but his pride won't let him do things to make you think he's right. Oh, mama, don't you let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Yes, Ed Bruce is his name, and his wife Patsy Bruce. She's the one that really wrote that song, and they wrote it together.
It was also his first recording.
Whose first recording?
Ed
Ed's.
Bruce.
Ed Bruce's first recording.
According to Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah, according, yeah. But now Ed Bruce recorded a song. When I was in Nashville, I was helping to run a publishing company, and we had a guy that came in. He was a Vietnam vet, and he was in a wheelchair. He lost his legs in Vietnam, and but he wrote a song called "You're the Best Break This Old Heart Ever Had," and we recorded the demo, and later we couldn't get it. We pitched it, and we couldn't get it pitched. We couldn't get it signed on to someone. And the same guy took it to Harlan Howard, a famous songwriter, and he said, "I love that title," and they rewrote the song. And so I have an old demo on "You're the Best Break This Old Heart Ever Had," but Ed Bruce ended up saying, "I'm going to record that." So Ed Bruce, as an artist, recorded that song. There are others. Some were friends, some were merely lovers. They all helped me discover it's so hard to find someone who is true. I said no way would I fall again. No, no way. Find too many heartaches. I don't like the way it feels to heal my heartbreak. You're the best break this old heart ever had. You're all the love I ever need to have. Never thought I'd ever love again like that. You're the best break this old heart ever had. Oh, will he remember the second verse? All around me, tears were falling down all around me. Oh, but then you found me. With your love, you mended my life. You're the best break this old heart ever had. You're all the good dreams I never need to have. Never thought I'd ever love again like that. You're the best break this old heart ever had. And I will say, Harlan Howard's version was better than the version that we did at our publishing company. Ed Bruce, that was one of his hit records. Ed Bruce and his wife Patsy wrote, "Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys." And boys and girls, I'm going to get myself out of here. Here's what I'm going to do right now, because rarely does my good wife make a request. But she did. And so I shall now do her request, but I can't find it. You know, we both grew up in church, and so we both know all these gospel songs. I have too much paper on my page here, Mom.
Would it be in one of these other books?
I already took it out of the book, so it'd be over here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we'll be able to find it here, guys. Let's see. I set it right here so I'd have it and ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, my good wife sort of made a request
Sort of.
for a song called Softly and Tenderly. And I put it here.
It's not on the floor, is it?
And I shall now do it for you.
Oh, you found it?
As you know, on our little Monday night program here, we end it with a gospel song. In the old days in the barn dances and hee-haw, remove your hat wear. Hee-haw, remove your hat wear. Remember those TV shows? At the end of the program, they would remove their hat wear and do a gospel song. I don't like that key at all. Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling for you and for me. See on the portals He's waiting and watching. Watching for you and for me. Come home. Come home. Ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling. Calling, oh sinner, come. Oh, for the wonderful love he has promised. Promised for you and for me. Though we have sinned, he has mercy and pardon. Pardon for you and for me. Come home. Come home. Ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling. Calling, oh sinner, come. Come home. Come home. Ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly and tenderly, Jesus is calling. Calling, oh sinner, come home. Calling, oh sinner, come home.
Thank you.
What a great old song. At the old Pentecostal church, we used to do that, or used to have that as an altar call. Oh,
yeah.
it's time to get out of your seat and come on down there and get on your knees and let somebody move you to a different place.
Yeah.
And how wonderful is that? And we're seeing a little bit more of that right now with what's going on in current events and all of that. But let us not forget that we are well blessed. Let us not forget, in spite of the crazy world in which we live, we are well blessed. We are well blessed. Thanks to our good Lord. And thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to take a break. It's going to be a long one.
And you get 2 scoops of ice cream.
My wife says I get 2 scoops of ice cream for the freaking request.